Before we get into today's video, a congratulations is in order for a special someone, and that special someone is Macklin Celebrini. Congratulations to Macklin of the San Jose Sharks for making the Team Canada Olympic roster for the 2026 games. Now, I know what you're going to say, Justin, it's way too early. What are you talking about? It's May. The team doesn't come out till December. The Olympics aren't until next February. What are you even talking about? Well, guess what? Macklin Celebrini, his name's already on that list. He's already been laminated on the official roster list, and he's just waiting to see the other forwards that are named with them. Presumably Sidney Crosby, Nathan MacKinnon, all those guys, Connor McDavid, they're all going to be with him. But Macklin Celebrini, the point being, the name's there. The name's there on the list, and it's guaranteed there, and he's guaranteed to be on the roster. He's locked in my opinion. There is a congratulations that is in order for that reason and that reason alone. But with that being said, let's get into today's video. I'm Justin Arnberger, and welcome back to another video on Justin Sports. If you like hockey content, I guarantee you're going to like what you see here. So like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys want to see, because I'm willing to do anything related to hockey. And if you guys want to see other cool stuff, just let me know. And if you don't already, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and X, because everything that you see there is going to be completely different than what you see here. And if you like hockey content, I guarantee you that you're going to love what you see. But with that being said, let's get into today's video, because it's a hot topic right now in Canadian hockey. And that is for teams not in the Stanley Cup playoffs, namely the Edmonton Oilers in Canada. The conversation turns to the World Championships, and that then turns into a player that is there compared to a player that's not there. And that means Macklin Celebrini versus Connor Bedard. Yes, that is the hot topic around the Olympics right now. And who's more likely to be on the Olympic roster in the 2026 games, and who is going to fall short of making the roster. Well, let me be clear. Before the season, I was full team Bedard. And I still think Connor Bedard is the better player from Macklin Celebrini. I'm going to be clear about that. But I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm going to tell you this in full confidence. Macklin Celebrini is a lock to be on the 2026 Olympic roster for Team Canada, okay? He is the future of Canadian hockey. He cares. He's the one who cares. He cares the most. He is showing terrific strides in his development. He's proved it in his rookie season with a crappy team, putting up 63 points in 70 games, 25 goals, could be the rookie of the year, and then decides to go to the World Championships and get mentored by Sidney Crosby, Captain Canada. And this is why Macklin Celebrini is a lock to be on the Canadian Olympic roster in 2026. And it's not just because he showed up to the World Championships and just played on a random line. No, he's playing with Sidney Crosby, and he has unreal chemistry with him. He has 6 points in 7 games, 3 goals. So Macklin Celebrini, in my eyes, is a guaranteed lock to be on this Olympic roster. And it's not even a question. And you know what? You can go and say, Macklin Celebrini was on a crappy team. He maybe played a lot more than what you'd want. He played 1947 on average ice time a night. So maybe he played more than what you would want to see, and that's why he put up more points. He was on the ice a lot more. He was getting a lot more power play time. If on a crappy team, maybe on a good team, he doesn't put up that many points. Well, guess what? I don't believe so, because the kid's a generational talent. The kid is a sensation. He is what we thought Connor Bedard was, okay? And I say that in the sense of the leadership and the maturity so far as not even a 20-year-old for Macklin Celebrini. The man is 18 years old. He's turning 19 this summer. So yeah, it's crazy to see what Macklin Celebrini brings to the table, and it's not crazy to think that he is the future of Canadian hockey at this point, okay? Now, let's be honest. Connor Bedard is not going to go down without a fight. But Connor Bedard is not going to be on the 2026 Olympic roster, okay? He just simply isn't. And here's the reason why. Yes, he looks good in the regular season in the NHL. And yes, he struggles because no one has supported him at Chicago, or Kyle Davidson has not supported him at Chicago to put a team around him. Okay? That's simple. It's simple as that. He has looked good without any help at all. But here's where Connor Bedard loses every single point that he ever had of making the Olympic roster. Being invited to the Canadian World Championship team and declining it because you want to focus on your own routine in the offseason. Well, when you have other players like Macklin Celebrini who accepts the invitation, and Adam Fantilli, Will Cooley, the list goes on of young players, it's a terrible look for Connor Bedard. A terrible look. And not only that, then when it comes to the Olympic roster decision, Connor Bedard is screwed, okay? Connor Bedard is not going to be on the Olympic roster. And it's going to come down to the 2025 regular season, the start of the regular season. But here's the thing. If Connor Bedard and Macklin Celebrini are even in points and even in terms of play, in terms of looking dominant out there on the ice, well, who are you going to take? Who's Team Canada going to take? I guarantee you I know who they're going to take. Macklin Celebrini, the kid who showed up to the World Championships, got mentored by Sidney Crosby, played on a line with him, learned some chemistry with him, took everything that he could out of Sidney Crosby and learned. While you have the other guy who wanted to focus on his own routine, his own development, and sit at home, or train at home, and not be a part of Team Canada and wear the Canadian maple leaf on your chest in May. And guess what? That is the difference. That is going to be the major difference. The only way that Connor Bedard is on the Olympic roster is if the man goes out and averages 1.5 points per game. That's the only way I can see him being on the Olympic roster. Because from the four nations, how many guys are not going to be on that team next year at the Olympics? Not many. Not many. That means there's not a lot of spots to be filled. Robert Thomas will probably be one of them, and I can see Macklin Celebrini being the other guaranteed lock. The only way that Connor Bedard is going to be on this team is if he shows out with like 60 points in his first 30 games. Like I don't see it happening. And I really just I feel bad for him because I think he is a terrific talent. But at the end of the day, he should have showed up to the World Championships because that's where it starts. And we can see that. That's why the US told everyone you have to show up to the World Championships if you want to be on the Olympic roster. And guess who did that? Tage Thompson, Clayton Keller, two guys that were arguably the biggest snubs for Team USA. They showed up to the roster for the World Championships, even though the World Championships might not mean as much to everyone, and it's just some hockey to play in the summertime. It means a lot to the people who make the decisions for Team Canada. Okay? That's the reason why. And so Connor Bedard, at the end of the day, yes, he is really freaking good, okay? He is really good. He is proven to be really good. He's back-to-back 60-point seasons, 22 goals, 23 goals. He's getting no help. Here's the thing. When you're and I get like minus 44, minus 36, like I said, you're getting no help. There's no support. There's no, I guess, surrounding players to, protect you in Chicago right now. It's partly on Kyle Davidson, but that's another video for another day. But listen, if Connor Bedard wanted to make the Olympic roster, he would have shown an interest and gone to the World Championships. That's as simple as that. At the end of the day, that's what would have happened. So, let me know in the comments whether or not you think Connor Bedard should be on the Olympic roster and whether or not you think Macklin Celebrini is a lock, like myself, to be on the Olympic roster in 2026. But that does it for this video. I'm Justin Ironberg. Have a wonderful day and enjoy it. We're going to see some more action tonight in the Stanley Cup playoffs, so be sure to tune into that and watch tomorrow's video, as I think we have a mock draft coming out. A mock draft. Okay. Have a great day. Talk to you later.